Hey guys, Starscraper here, although that's just the name I put up for myself on the internet. My real name is Gage.
And I'm Joel, and Gage and I are going to be making a game. We don't know what we're doing, but we're gonna try to figure it out because we are inspired.
Joel actually brought up the idea of programming to me, which I've always been terrified of and actually still am, so I'm trying to learn that at this point.
So I roughly know what I'm doing. I've done some programming in C, but we're gonna be programming in C++. And using the SDL2 library, if that means anything to any of you. But if it doesn't, that's okay, it doesn't really matter. So I'm learning some stuff as well, and like I'm by no means an expert programmer, so it's gonna be a learning experience.
I just got the program to figure out what 2 divided by 10 is. So
it's
that's
0.2.
That's where I'm at.
So Gage is learning, he's very starting out, but
Joel just made the game Snake, or the beginning of it at least.
Here, yeah. Okay, so this is, I'm still just kind of figuring stuff out. I'm just starting to, oh shoot, I didn't finish what I was doing, it's gonna crash.
16 errors? What's wrong with you?
I messed up a bunch of stuff, but here it is. This is my Snake game. So basically I made code to like create this window, draw these tiles around the outside, and draw a snake here. And like it's called Snake. There we go, see that, that's Snake. That's pretty much it right now. But like, hey, you can even hit like Q, like bam, and it closes. It's really a fancy game right now.
Right, but check this out. I just got mine to say 5 plus 3 is 8, so that's pretty darn cool actually.
So I don't think we're gonna be on like any particular schedule. We're just gonna kind of make video, like when we take a day to do a bunch of programming, we'll probably get some highlights and just random stuff. It's not gonna be super technical, I don't think either, just kind of more so the journey of trying to make a game.
Yeah. And I think it'll be very fun. Like, I've thought so much about making games prior to this, they just were never possible before now. We haven't really got anything much for this game, but basically gonna be a tile-based RPG game with a story.
Yeah, it's gonna be very story-driven is our idea. Like, it's all gonna be allegorical and like deep shit.
It's gonna be great. So in the meantime, I'm gonna be trying to learn how to do some sort of commands and stuff like that. He's probably gonna be making the game, or I don't know.
I'm gonna be learning how to use SDL2 because I haven't used it before, and C++ in general, by making like right now a Snake game and probably like Tetris and just other things to figure out what I'm doing.
I'm gonna have it count down from 4,701 to 0 quick.
Oh god.
And it's not gonna have any space, just gonna go straight across. There it is. Counting to 0.
Beautiful.
There it is. Got it.
You're basically a professional programmer. Have you thought about getting a job at like Apple or Microsoft?
Why haven't I been making games since I was like 4, honestly?
That's where we're doing our stuff right now. We might get more desk space, hopefully, I don't know. Right now Gage is just using like this online C++ compiler. But like we're gonna have to get him set up with like a real IDE, like I'm using Visual Studio, for him to really start doing stuff. These are our school computers, which we really can't do much on. Like we can't install software, so we're gonna have to figure something else out.
Right. Alright, Joel, what'd you just do?
Okay. On the surface, nothing. So
Well, I'm glad I grabbed the camera.
When I run it, it looks exactly the same.
Yep.
But the big difference between C++ and C is C++ is object oriented. So you can use classes. And by the way, like I've done C programming, right? So this is what's new and exciting to me. So that's a big deal. That's what you use in C a lot. So I made this Snake class, right? So instead of just having global variables Snake X and Snake Y, I now have the Snake class, so I can create my snake, right, of snake type, as you do.
Yep.
Passed into my render function, that's not that important. But then, instead of using my global variables Snake X and Snake Y, I can use Snake reference X, Snake reference Y.
God. Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
I promise we won't be this technical all the time.
Now check this out. It's what number am I thinking of? Alright, hear me out. So let's say, so what number am I thinking of? 4. No, wait, actually 3. Nada. Alright, and then I gotta run it again because I don't know how to loop it. Alright, then if it's like 2, nope. It's 5, and yeah, that's the one.
That That's victory.
God.
So,
I'm just so happy.
yeah.
Check it out.
Okay, it's a little update, so I can move around now with my arrow keys. And then also, if you hit a wall, you lose. So.
I thought you had a little more than that. Isn't that amazing? It's like a first step into everything. It's amazing.
This is like the first game I've ever made, so like every step is exciting.
It's super cool. I don't know what I'm doing. Think I'm just multiplying things, but I'm not really sure. I'm doing whatever this is telling me to do.
I'm about to make a fruit.
A fruit?
Yeah, like.
Oh, you mean like a food for it to eat?
Yeah, I'm calling it. They're not all caps. Fruit. Class fruit.
Fruit. Okay, so we got it. I say we because I want to feel good about myself.
So now you can eat fruit. Like it goes to a new location, it makes a new fruit. It increases the length of your tail, and it actually has a tail that follows you.
But you can't really die unless you hit the edge.
Right, you can die by hitting the edge, but like you can go through yourself all you want
Back
right
and
now.
forth.
This shouldn't happen in a snake game.
I can explain this for people who aren't good at programming like myself. And basically I'm trying to get this thing to convert Fahrenheit into Celsius. And these are mistakes. All of those. They're all down here. There's a giant list of it. It does not stop on telling me what I've done wrong. I don't know, and I'm frustrated. So I would love to be happy about this right here, but I'm just a little bitter right now. Joel got it figured out.
Yeah, so, well, okay, so I made it so that if you run into yourself, let's see, need to be slightly longer. There, if you run into yourself, you're dead now. And then also, as you may have noticed, like I made it so that the snake and fruits are just like slightly smaller, but then like centered in their cells, so that it just looks a little nicer having them separated, I think. But then I made the walls still together. And let's see, it only took me 267 lines of code. That's not even bad.
And as you can see on my computer, I gave up. It's a frustrating time for me. I will be learning this while he is doing normal things, so it's difficult for me.
Next up, Tetris, but I'll probably add a few more features to this.
God, you're gonna be doing Tetris. That sounds like fun. I don't do that. It's like I want to do that, and that sounds like so much fun, but I can't do it without learning it.
Get through those tutorials. Pretty soon we'll be making our game.
God, I'm so excited for that.
We'll talk more about in other videos as we're like planning out the storyline and like how it's gonna look and stuff.
Yeah, right now it's just learning. Well, at least for me, and practice for him.
It's like, yeah, step one is like learn how to do the thing, and once we actually are making the game, we're gonna do a lot of learning as we go along, but I want to get the basics down in like other test things before we really start to make our own.
Right. Okay. Well, alright, I'm gonna learn it then.